We're tracking the fact that many of these pubs, bars in Bengaluru city, 107 of them to be precise, are going to face a closure. Hard Rock Cafe also looking to be shut down. They do not have adequate permissions. They do not have valid licenses. Now, how is this really going to damage the entertainment industries? No events can be held in any of these places. We have with us, joining us on the phone line, Danish Sait. Hi Danish, thank you for speaking to us. Your views on many of these pubs, bars in Bengaluru city, like one of the most iconic Hard Rock Cafe, due to be closed down because they do not have, allegedly don't have valid license. Now, they're being very thoughtful of the residents around there because they've complained of noise pollution. But apart from that, how would the entertainment industry really be impacted with this order?
I really wasn't sure that these places were going to be shut down. Now that I know, I'm a little shocked because I don't know what's taken us so many years to figure things were illegal or not available with them as licenses. Having said that, in terms of the entertainment industry, I think it's a lot of bands and live artists that will struggle. And it's not just them. I think it's also people who work at these places, right? It's a lot of labor that's already been that's involved and is working, for a livelihood. So I think they need to kind of go back and backtrack and really see who screwed up in the past and figure that out more than just holding someone and taking a knee-jerk reaction or an abrupt reaction saying let's shut everything down.
Here, Danish, would you believe that Indranagar, it was quite a buzzing area, it now bears quite a dead look. It appears that this situation will be seen across of Bangalore.
Yeah, well, but that's something that's been like an ongoing problem, right? Like, I mean, I personally don't step out too much, but I've sometimes met my friends who live in Indranagar, and the constant discussion is, dude, we don't have parking next to our house, it's so noisy, people are just running around on alcohol at 12:30 in the night. I think the idea of commercializing that area itself is just, look at 12th Main, there are no houses left anymore, right? There are just bars, there are barely one or two houses. I think the best solution would be for us to make like a Clark Quay or a Port Quay, which is in Singapore. Put everything, just put all the places, move every outlet outside, let people go, make a party destination where people can go, drink at night, organize cabs from there, people can drive back. I think that's a better way to go about it as compared to just kind of constantly, in any city in the world, you go to even London, you go to New York, you go to anywhere, they have places that are specifically for alcohol and drinking, and then you have tinier, pubs near your home, which are like the local joints.
But unfortunately, Bangalore is such a small city. One can't really play with the infrastructure too much. And here, most of these discotheques events need fire compliances.
I understand. But if they don't have the compliances in place, if they don't have like you just mentioned, don't have licenses. Firstly, the system has to be questioned in terms of who gave permission some X years ago to open these places. And then suddenly, who's this rightful person who's woken up in 2019? Who's this woke person who's like, let's shut everything down? I think the bigger problem lies with the whole administration over these bars. I think that's more dangerous, I think.
Right, Danish, events like yours, for example, if there's a stand-up comedy event, if you're doing something like the improv, is that not contributing, or does it at all contribute to any noise?
Well, not really, because we're doing our shows we're doing our next bunch of shows at Allianz, and we've been conscious. I mean, we've been contemplating and talking about it for a bit, whether we should do pubs and bars, because it just disturbs our performance as well, right? So we're very happy performing at these smaller theaters, and these are like places which are meant for shows. It's just that bands and so on and so forth, and even the thriving stand-up scene at one point really had a great time performing at these bars and so on and so forth, because they have their regular clientele, and art forms like entertainment forms like music and comedy go well at a bar. Traditionally, it's always been at bar settings. So, I mean, yeah, but that's the thing, right? An artist will invariably survive. It's not like there were venues. I'm talking about like a plethora of venues in the past, but the art form has survived over a period of time. So I think a true artist will find a way to figure this out in any which case.
But just a quick question, for events like yours, does it call for an event license that you need to obtain if you have to hold an event at say a pub or a bar?
Yeah, so there is a very specific reason why I am an artist only. You ask me about creativity, I'll tell you. The moment it goes on to paperwork and stuff like that, that's a guy called Maz who handles that.
Right.
But I do know that we do have to, like, I'm sure there are licenses, I'm sure there are, like, whatever monies that are paid to people for whatever purposes. In terms of whatever is legally there by the books, I'm sure that's done. We don't, I'm not particularly sure about how this thing works, but I do know that things are taken care of.
Right.
Because
Right.
I think there's also a certain ticket value that has to be there. If it's more than that, then you have to take a certain license. There's a bunch of rules in it, which I'm not sure about and I don't want to comment on.
Right. All right. Danish, thank you very much for those details. That was Danish Sait there. He is an artist, a performer, has expressed his views. Of course, compliances are necessary. This is of course important for your own safety. Most of these compliances mostly involves fire compliances. If your building is well protected and you have all right, let's quickly go over to Joint Commissioner Sandeep Patil on the phone line. Mr. Sandeep Patil, could you please give us a little more clarity? Many of these members in the entertainment industry seem quite flustered. 107 pubs and bars to be closed down. What is the reason, if you can jot it down for us?
No, see, this is not something which these establishments are not aware of, because even these establishments know that DJ music, discotheques or light music, they need the license from the police commissioner under the 2005 Public Entertainment Order. And so 107 of these
Mr. Sandeep Patil, there's a lot of disturbance on the line. If we can please call you back again. This is really important for our viewers. We've got to hear from you. Line issue, connectivity there. Let's try and call him back. But Sandeep Patil is saying this is a impending issue. It's not something new. It's been told to these pubs owners, these bar owners, even before. They've been very well aware that many of their licenses may not hold good to hold events in their premises, and many of these places continue to hold events. Loud music was a natural affair, but it seems like the cops now are clamping down on these pubs and bars to ensure some discipline within the entertainment industry. But is this a method that will really encourage discipline or wrath amongst the entertainment industry insiders? It remains to be seen. 107 pubs and bars, for them to face closure only means that much revenue lost out, only means that much of that kind of layoff that we'll see. Many of them will be laid off from their jobs. That will certainly hurt sentiments. No doubt Bengaluru's culture needs to be preserved, but a blanket ban on all of these pubs and bars, 107 of them to be precise. On one side, we could look at safety of people at large. It's great. But on the other, what happens to the business? It dents business immensely, and they contribute a lot to the government exchequer as well. Let's quickly go over to Rahul. Quickly, Rahul, if you can send Mr. Sandeep Patil, please. If you can go on, Mr. Sandeep Patil, we were listening to you about why closure.
No, see, there has been no closure. Kindly get it right that for a hotel, these people have to take permission from BBMP. To serve liquor, they have to take permission from the excise department. Now, to have any kind of entertainment there, in the sense of any DJ music or a discotheque or any other kind of music, they need to take license from the police commissioner under the 2005 Act. Now, these people have had applied for those licenses in 2017, 2018, and around 107 such establishments, licenses were rejected. And it was rejected not today. It has been rejected January. Some have been rejected in February. In spite of knowing that their licenses have been rejected with utter disregard to the laws and the rules, they have continued to play that. So today we have just told them again that their licenses have been rejected and they have to follow the rule. And to stop this public entertainment, that is discotheques or DJs, they are free to run their hotels because that hotels have been permissions, license have been given by BBMP. What we are telling is they cannot run this music and loud music and DJ because their license has been rejected for this public entertainment. And as you know that there were a number of issues. Even the High Court of Karnataka had passed some orders regarding the controlling of this loud noise menace. So it is a continuation of all those things that has been done. So nobody is closing their pubs. What we are telling is you cannot play music because their licenses for public entertainment has been rejected.
So the pubs will continue to function without music. And what
Correct.
kind of no, when you say no music, not even in low decibels, Mr. Sandeep?
See, each one has applied for certain things. Some have applied for discotheque, some have applied for DJ. Each of these establishments know what it is. Now we cannot give a general thing that they cannot do this. I cannot talk generally because the licenses, each one has asked for some particular license. It has been rejected on different grounds, which all of them are aware. This thing has not happened just all of a sudden today. It has happened some 6-7 months back. They are well aware of that. The rejection order also has been served on them. They very well know that. We cannot give a general thing that each one has a particular this one, and they are well aware of that, and it is better that they just follow the rules.
Right, Mr. Sandeep, what really does it take to apply for a music license? Because music seems to be a common affair amongst all of these pubs and bars. They're very high on music.
They have
Without
to just
music,
come to the police commissioner's
there could
office
barely
and
be any
apply. They know
footfall.
it. These people know very well what to do. They have been doing that every year after year, and they are well aware of that, how to apply and how to get it. The licenses, what are the procedures for license, conditions of getting the license, they are well aware of that.
Right, Mr. Sandeep, those who say that this is hurting business, what would you say?
We are telling them only to cut music and follow the rules. There are certain rules and they were not able to comply with that, and license they can still probably, they have their own legal course which they are free to take. But closing down just closing the public entertainment of 107 will definitely not hurt Bangalore sentiment.
Without music, they believe that footfall is barely.
Hello?
Yeah, without music, they believe that footfall is barely there.
Yeah, but there are also rules, regulations, there are high court orders which we need to follow. These people should follow those rules also.
Is it necessary, Mr. Sandeep Patil, to get a fire clearance to actually get permission to run live music or music at all?
No, to run any establishment, you need a fire clearance, any building, not only pubs, any building.
Many places in Indranagar are not able to get fire clearances, which is why they do not have live music or music at all. Is that the same condition in many of the...
Each one licenses have been rejected because under the 2005 order, under which they are given licenses, they have a number of conditions which they have to fulfill. Some would have not fulfilled a few of them, and because of which it has gone rejected. Giving off a fire NOC is left to the fire department. I cannot comment on that.
Right, Mr. Sandeep Patil,
thank you
very much. Well, that's a bit of a breather there. Some clarity about the closure of discotheques alone, shutdown of music across all of these 107 pubs and bars. So far, a little hazy information that we have, very sketchy information that we had with regards to this order that came out. 107 pubs, bars and their discotheques to be shut down is what we believed initially. But now some clarity coming in from Mr. Sandeep Patil, who says that only music will be shut down. You will not be allowed to play live music, run live events, or have a discotheque there at all. It's completely banned now until they get adequate permissions in place. They will not be able to hold any events, and including places like Guzzlers, Hard Rock, which thrive on loud music, it seems like they've got to stop.